and I'm in Tokyo. Very nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Thank you for making the time.
So you came to Japan for Tokyo Comic Con and Osaka Comic Con like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Actually, when Benedict Cumberbatch came back here again, he said that since you live near each other, so you do sometimes see and talk, but lately you seem so busy that he hasn't been able to catch up with you. Like he seems like he really miss you, like a little bit free. So I'm just icebreaker. Have you seen him recently?
I haven't seen him, but we have spoken on the telephone, which feels like a very old-fashioned thing to say. But yeah, we've spoken on the phone. I haven't seen him. He is also busy. It's interesting. We do live near each other, but we sometimes work at different times and have different schedules. It sounds unusual, but not often, not recently anyway, have we actually met up and seen each other. But we will, I think, soon.
Like with Chuck, I think this film has a very unique structure, like looking back on the life in reverse and starting from the end. And in what order did you actually shoot it, and how did that affect your understanding of Chuck as a character and the story?
Well, the order which we shot it in was we started with us. We started in the middle. So the first day of principal photography was the dancing. I think Mike Flanagan, who wrote and directed the film, he knew that the dancing sequence was a part of the center of the film in some way, that the audience understands that inside the soul of this seemingly mild-mannered accountant, a businessman wearing a business suit and carrying a business briefcase, is a dancer and a spirit that yearns to be free and express himself. And that the dance sequence really was about that moment of where the child explodes out of the man in a way, with joy and freedom, and movement and music. Come on, little sister, let's dance. So it felt like a very ambitious sequence and a good place to start. He felt certainly at the end of that week that he had that locked in the vault, as it were, in the edit suite, and then he could build a film around it. So yeah, that's where we started. But it felt appropriate somehow, because the film is really about how the soul of every human being is not linear or straightforward, and it's not one thing. The soul of every human being is wide and complex and deep, and as expressed in the Walt Whitman poem, we contain multitudes. We are many things. We are everyone we've ever loved. We are every moment we have shared with them. We are all of our memories, all of our joy and all of our pain. And so to shoot it as a film out of sequence felt almost part of the whole theme of the film, I suppose. That the film is made up of many parts and many people, just as a single life is made up of many parts and many people.
You once said that when you first played Loki, you looked to Christopher Reeve's Superman as a point of reference. But for Chuck, did you draw inspirations from anything or anyone in particular?
Certainly, yes. By the way, that's an amazing memory. I don't think I've spoken about Christopher Reeve for about 15 years, so you've definitely done your homework. Yes, of course. We all wanted the film to be almost a kind of eulogy to the great dancers of movies in the past. Those are films I love, and those are actors and performers I cherish, and I think some of those performances are eternal. I think Gene Kelly dancing and singing in the rain is a piece of eternal footage. When the world is run by machines, they will wonder with awe how Gene Kelly did it and how they made it. The same is true of Fred Astaire and Top Hat. They define eras and they define genres. There are such elegant, graceful, athletic movers, and the movement is inspiring. It inspires what the human body can do. So I watched a lot of Fred Astaire, I watched a lot of Gene Kelly, the Nicholas brothers, Michael Jackson's in there, Patrick Swayze's in there. You know, my adolescence in the 90s is in there somewhere too.
You share this film with Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker.
Yes.
So I have to ask this. What is your favorite Star Wars film?
That's a great question. Instinctively, I want to say the first one, which is Episode 4, A New Hope. I think it's just partly because it was the first one I ever saw. I think there's an ingenuity and a wonder and an awe of the creative soul of that film. It's so brilliant. It's so complete. And the performances are so fresh, all of them. It still amazes me that I didn't actually get to work with Mark Hamill, but it's still, if I could go back in time and tell the 10-year-old version of myself that I'd be working with Skywalker, I think he'd be rather astonished.
I'd love to see you in Star Wars film in future someday. And so Chuck's story feels kind of metaphysical in a way, and Loki has now become quite a metaphysical character too. So should we expect to see a lot of you in upcoming Avengers Doomsday?
Well, sir, if I told you that, there'd be consequences for me. So all I can tell you is that Avengers Doomsday is going to be magnificent and will defy all your expectations. It defied mine. When I read the film, I thought this is going to be extraordinary. Yeah.
Wow. That film, which coaster inspired you the most?
So we're straying into territory where I know I'm not allowed to talk about this. So I'm going to have to decline politely to answer that question.
Thank you. Okay. I got it. Thank you very much. So let's go back to the Life with Chuck.
Okay.
So last year, actually, I spoke with Haley Atwell, who has shared the stage with you in Shakespeare. And actually, when I asked about you, that she said that you are very playful and that you have this quality as an actor of becoming almost childlike to play, explore, and stay curious. And I felt that spirit really came through in that dance scene in this movie, The Life of Chuck. So I'm wondering, did you add any of your own playfulness or inspiration to it rather than just following the choreography?
First of all, that's such a lovely thing to hear, and how amazing to hear it from Haley. I feel the same about her. She's such a gifted, inspired, playful, mercurial, heartfelt, committed performer. As a partnership, it was one of the most pleasurable I've ever had on stage. That partnership, anyway, with Benedict and Beatrice, is such a lovely dance, and I really enjoyed doing it with her every night. And I suppose, in answer to the second part of your question, I couldn't help it. I think there's something about the nature of dancing which is carefree, in the present moment, and joyful.
Come on, little brother, let's dance.
We all carry within us an inner child all the time. That inner child, isn't appropriate for all sort of scenarios in life. But when the circumstances feel secure and stable and safe, then maybe there's time to play and there's time to delight. And I knew that the delight and the joy of that moment was almost part of my professional requirement. So yeah, it was almost my job to be playful on those days. My job to let out the child within me and let him have some fun.
Thank you very much. That was all from me. And thank you for your time again.
Thank you so much. Very thoughtful questions.
Thank you much. And everyone in Japan would love to see you again. Thank you very much.
I'll be back. I love it in Japan.
Thank
Beautiful country. Beautiful people. Thank you.